Hey, I'm Rachel Abbott, and welcome back to Tech and Science Daily. If you're new here, make sure to give us a follow. Coming up, the world's most famous watch comes to London, built in the 18th century for Marie Antoinette.
It has a stopwatch, it has a calendar which you can scroll backwards and forwards and which allows for leap years.
But first, Apple boss Tim Cook met King Charles on Thursday at Apple's HQ in London. They toured the tech giant's Battersea power station offices following the launch of the firm's Apple Intelligence AI software in the UK. It comes as Cook hailed the wealth of London's tech and creative talent and said the capital would continue to be a great hub for the artificial intelligence revolution, transforming the everyday lives of millions of people.
You know, we've been in the UK for over 40 years, and we got our start serving the creative community. And so it means everything for us to be here now and serve everyone, because we're all creative at the end of the day. The talent in London is unbelievable. People love living here. You can feel innovation here. You can feel the creativity here. You can feel this vibrancy in the developer community here, the curiosity that's here.
That's Tim Cook speaking exclusively to the London Standard.
All of the traits that make things exciting in life, the embrace of technology, the fact that the future is going to be better than the past, this feeling, it's critical for a company like ours. And I couldn't be more excited than to be back here.
Cook was speaking during a visit to Key's house in Battersea, which trains local young people in digital skills, and it backs with donations of iPads and MacBooks. Next, Health Secretary Wes Streeting says he is determined to improve healthcare for transgender people following the government's announcement of an indefinite UK-wide ban on puberty blockers for children. The stop was announced after the government took advice from independent experts who warned prescribing such medication to under 18s for gender dysphoria presents what was called an unacceptable safety risk for children and young people. While puberty blockers have been banned by the Department of Health and Social Care on the NHS outside clinical trials since March, an order preventing the prescription of the medication from European or private prescribers since May had only been temporary, but Green MP Sian Berry said she was extremely worried and fearful about the decision, describing it as discriminatory. Next, Versailles Science and Splendour has now opened at London's Science Museum and explores how the French monarchy harnessed scientific knowledge as a tool of power. The exhibition is showcasing more than 120 fascinating objects, many of which have never been displayed in the UK before. Tech and Science Daily spoke with Glyn Morgan, curatorial lead of exhibitions at the museum, about what's on offer and who we may recognise.
The most recognisable names to UK history of science people are people like Cassini, who of course a satellite probe to Saturn is named after. He was the first chief astronomer of the Paris Observatory, which was founded as part of the drive to create these institutions in 1667. And he produced the first detailed map of the moon, which was so accurate that it remained the most detailed map of the moon for 200 years. And we are very lucky to be borrowing that map, and it's on display in the first section of the exhibition. We also have maps of France that he helped to create, which were the most accurate maps of the French territory at the time, because the relationship between astronomy and photography was very strong at that time.
The exhibit also includes the world's most famous watch, designed for Marie Antoinette, the wife of Louis XVI.
We're very excited to be able to show the Marie Antoinette Breguet watch. So this was a watch which was created or commissioned for Marie Antoinette. And the instructions were that, no expense should be spared, that it should be full of every complication, which is function, that it could be. It took so long to create that, unfortunately, she had met her untimely demise before it could be finished. But the end result is an absolutely beautiful timepiece. It's in a gold case. Every part of it, which can be, is replaced with gold. It has a rock crystal front and back, so you can see all of the gears and mechanisms. The gears are coated in sapphires to reduce friction, and the weighted pendulum at the back, which is what allows it to self-wind, is made of platinum. And so it has all sorts of special features, these complications as they're called in horology, which allow it to self-wind. It has an anti-shock mechanism. It has a stopwatch. It has a calendar, which you can scroll backwards and forwards, and which allows for leap years. It has a thermometer.
Breguet's number 160 Marie Antoinette is on loan from the LA Mayer Museum for Islamic Art and was designed by Abraham Louis Breguet. Glyn told us that the watchmaker was well known for innovative design and demonstrating them for the first time.
He was Swiss, but at the time he had a workshop in Paris on the Rue de Horlogique, just near Notre Dame. And so it was from there that this watch was ordered. Because it took so long to complete, he didn't finish it in Paris because of the French Revolution. He did leave and go back to Switzerland, where Breguet are still based today.
The exhibition also sheds light on the contribution of women to physics, medicine and botany in 18th century France. Let's go to a very quick break. Coming up in part 2, could a galaxy known as Firefly Sparkle provide insight to the formation of the Milky Way? See you back here in just a minute. Welcome back. Detailed observations of a galaxy known as Firefly Sparkle that formed when the universe was around 600 million years old could provide insight into the early formation of galaxies. Using data from the Hubble and James Webb Space Telescopes, Lamaya Mowler, an assistant professor of physics, alongside colleagues from Wellesley College in the USA, discovered Firefly Sparkle may be a young, gas-rich galaxy in its early formation stage. The team of researchers are also observing 2 other neighbouring galaxies, one named Firefly Best Friend and Firefly New Best Friend, located 6,000 and 40,000 light-years from Firefly Sparkle. This low-gas galaxy is believed to be concentrated in 10 clusters of stars, with a total mass of approximately 10 million times the mass of the Sun. They hope from studying this galaxy, it may provide an understanding of the Milky Way's evolution. And finally, Jerry. Sorry, I couldn't help myself.
I don't think anybody knew how crazy this show was going to be.
I'd like to take this opportunity to apologize for everything I've ever done. I have ruined the culture.
A new Netflix documentary is to give a behind-the-scenes look at The Jerry Springer Show. Jerry Springer Fights Camera Action will look at the talk show's rise, which saw it become the first to knock Oprah Winfrey off the top of the ratings chart, and behind-the-scenes controversies over its authenticity and on-stage fights.
Teeth were knocked out.
It really was the modern version of the Roman Colosseum.
The 2-part documentary will be released on Netflix in January 2025. Jerry Springer died of pancreatic cancer in 2023 at the age of 79, a year after retiring. And you're up to date. Tech and Science Daily returns tomorrow. For all the latest news, head to standard.co.uk.